How to get your first SEO client? That's the very common question. People are asking how to get an SEO client, first SEO client. First of all, I can tell you how not to get SEO client, and second of all, you need to ask yourself if you are ready to get an SEO client and serve what SEO client may need. So first of all the forms of cold emails, all the forms of cold calls, that are really bad ideas to approach in the SEO areas. I know that in some other areas they may work. For SEO, which is a very customized, very specific, very tailored service, that's a not very good idea to start bombarding random people and random companies, especially so-called decision makers like head of digital or CMOs with offers about doing an SEO. Why? Because these people, first of all, receiving plenty of this kind of emails daily, so why would they ever respond on your one? Second of all, the best results you can get other ways, which I wanted to share. So how to get clients for SEO, your first client for SEO. First of all, first thing first, you need to be confident that you can deliver, because SEO is quite, often have a bad name because of many people who thinks that, well, SEO is simple. I remember I met once a guy who was saying like, oh, SEO is like SEO. There is no wrong or right answers. I was like, what are you talking about, man? So yeah. First of all, you need to have knowledge to deliver. And if you spend like 2 years in an agency, that's great. Stay there for maybe another 2, especially if you are in your mid or late 20s. Get better, get more, learn from people who are longer in SEO. It's like SEOs are like good whiskey, older, more expensive, single malts. Now, the second thing is that ideally you want to get your clients through a couple of other ways that will convert way better. First thing is recommendation from other people who know the client and who knows you, and there is like informal conversation between them. Oh, you really want to do something with your organic search? I know that guy who is ABC and works there, and I met him or I was working with his colleague or someone, especially in big cities, New York, London, capital cities, Amsterdam. You would be surprised how small these cities are. So recommendation, referrals. The second thing is you would like to generate some kind of, I would say buzz, maybe this is not the best word, but, some kind of a fog of intrigue about who you are. I was reading this guy's articles. I saw this guy a video. I know about him because he was on the stage or she was on the stage on this conference last year, and so on and so on and so on. And that will make potential customers who are just started thinking about SEO to approach you, to ask, hey, do you have capacity? Would you like to talk? When this is when on the first contact, that's someone who want to be your client is approaching you rather than you approaching that person, that is much closer to win that deal and make this happening. Now, obviously, I don't want you to think like, oh, yet another bollocks advices. You can do lots of proactively. You can try to go with your website. Try to, even if you're not planning to be a consultant in next 5 years, start building your website now. And if you're listening to me and you are like 18 or 17 or 16 years old and you are still in college, build your LinkedIn now. Start collecting contacts now, because when you will be 22 or 24 or 25, you will have already a brilliant database of potential people who you can start trading. Maybe not only about SEO, maybe some other reasons. So it's never too early for LinkedIn. Now, when I was 15 years ago trying to find my first customers, I started using Gumtree. I know that it may sound funny right now, but those days there was relatively okay. There was still lots of this kind of dodgy deals, especially when he was trying to buy a car or something. Oh my gosh, I was not buying car. I don't even drive because I don't like, despite from the fact I have a driving license. I don't drive. I don't drive. I don't like driving cars. This is not my cup of tea, and that's it. So Gumtree, you could present yourself there. There was not that many SEOs. Probably you could still go there. Maybe a couple of other websites. Even Fiverr would be good if you respect yourself. So you cannot start offering SEO for £5, but you can at least start offering something which would be a minimum like 100, 200, 300. And when someone will meet you closer, may start thinking like, okay, I would like to be with you on this monthly basis because I like what you're doing. Also, don't close yourselves only in SEO or I'm only doing link building. That can wait. You can do a bit of maintenance, website maintenance together with an SEO, and so on and so on and so on. So overall, there is no like golden rule. Definitely don't trust people who are telling you that they will bring you 50 quality leads. That's a bollocks. That's a biggest lie ever. Don't trust them. Let them run away. Because the only thing that these people will do will be bombarding some random so-called decision makers with a random stuff mentioning you that will be affecting your reputation. All these softwares which are generating leads or tracking, who is visiting your website, most of them are crap. And the only one that I like is Albacross. And you know why? Because they didn't approach me and they didn't said, hey, would you like to buy our tool? I just came there, I saw this, I started spending. Also, they have a trial. They have a small account for a website which have smaller traffic. You don't need to commit for a whole year contract. And after a couple of months, I decided like, well, maybe this is not for me. So peace, all fine. And you can probably be a victim of lots of people who are promising you God knows what. There is no such thing like somebody will be generating leads for you if you are in SEO. Let's make this clear. It may work in different industries. Fair enough. But in SEO it never works and it will probably never be working. Okay? So you are the asset. Even not your company. Nobody cares about if you are like self-employed. Nobody cares what brand you have. They want to know who is behind that brand. So yeah, probably I could help you a little. And remember, you need to spend some of your free time improving yourself. So spend some hours on learning aside of your full-time job. Make sure that you have full-time job that secures your bills and secures your needs. Especially like when I was like 20 something and I moved to UK, I had pretty much nobody here, so I knew that there are some priorities and there will be a time when I will be able to start moving on my own, and that was a transition, and so on and so on and so on. So remember about these simple things and give yourself time, especially if you are early 20s, mid 20s, maybe late 20s. You still have a time. Try to learn, try to observe, expand your LinkedIn, build your website, try to test different solution. Even if this is Fiverr, even if this is Gumtree, avoid bombarding random people with mails, and you will see that it will start paying off. But start concentrate right now, and you will see that it will start bringing back maybe after a year, 2 or 3, but it will. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, and thank you very much for your time, and see you soon on new videos. And there is SEO.London here. SEO.London. You can visit, and my LinkedIn as well. You will find me. There is not many Lukasz Zeleznys out there. Probably the only one. Take care. Bye.